Hello and a very warm welcome to the Science Monitor, the weekly news program about science, technology, invention and innovation. I am Smriti Rastogi. In today's episode, we will tell you all about the inauguration of the headquarters of the Indian National Space Promotion and Authorization Center, or INSpace. We will show you how an advanced Jaggery furnace developed by CSIR, Indian Institute of Petroleum, is giving a much-needed boost to this flailing Jaggery production industry. But before we get to all that, here are the top headlines from the science world. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurates the Indian National Space Promotion and Authorization Center headquarters in Ahmedabad. The center is expected to open new avenues in the Indian space sector. Advanced furnace technology developed to promote startups in the field of Jaggery production. Environment-friendly technology developed by CSIR's Indian Institute of Petroleum is fast gaining popularity. Affordable prosthetic leg developed using indigenous technology by Department of Biotechnology funded research. This IIT Guwahati innovation will provide better support to the differently abled according to Indian living conditions. And commemorating the innovations of independent India as a part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, we salute the ideas and policies that have shaped and strengthened the Indian innovation ecosystem over the last 75 years. And now the stories in detail. The Indian National Space Promotion and Authorization Center, or INSpace, was launched with the objective of involving the private sector in the Indian space sector. It was aimed at enhancing business activities and accelerating the pace of development in the sector. Prime Minister Narendra Modi recently inaugurated the headquarters of INSpace in Bhopal, Ahmedabad. Here is a Science Monitor report on the event.
There is no doubt that the Indian Space Research Organization is a world leader in space and has created this world-class identity with diligence. Along with its successes, ISRO has established its reputation by supporting the space programs of various countries. However, to expand this rapidly growing sector and make it commercially employable, agencies like NASA have welcomed private firms into the space sector. Along the same lines, India had set up the Indian National Space Promotion and Authorization Center, INSpace, in 2020 to develop the space industry and create a startup ecosystem in the region. This public sector organization of the Government of India acts as a bridge between ISRO and the private sector. As part of the government's efforts to encourage and regulate space activities, Prime Minister Narendra Modi recently inaugurated the headquarters of INSpace, built in Ahmedabad. He said that this was another chapter in the journey of developing a modern India for the 21st century. On this occasion, several dignitaries including Home Minister Amit Shah, Chief Minister of Gujarat Bhupendra Bhai Patel and representatives of the space industry were present.
मुझे गर्व है कि हमारे प्राइवेट इंडस्ट्री के साथियों ने लॉन्च व्हीकल, सैटेलाइट, ग्राउंड सेगमेंट और स्पेस एप्लीकेशन के क्षेत्रों में तेजी से काम शुरू कर दिया है। पीएसएलवी रॉकेट के निर्माण के लिए भी भारत के प्राइवेट प्लेयर्स आगे आए हैं। इतना ही नहीं, कई प्राइवेट कंपनियों ने तो अपने खुद के रॉकेट की डिजाइन भी तैयार कर ली है। ये भारत के स्पेस सेक्टर की असीमित संभावनाओं की एक झलक है।
On the sidelines of the opening ceremony, several MOUs were also exchanged between INSpace and private sector companies working in the field of space-based applications and services. INSpace is opening the space sector to private industries to bring new energy to the Indian space program. The objective is also to create employment opportunities for talented youth from across the country. This partnership is expected to open up many new avenues.
स्पेस के लिए हमारे युवाओं में खार के स्टूडेंट्स में जो क्यूरियोसिटी हो, वो भारत के स्पेस इंडस्ट्री के विकास के लिए बहुत बड़ी ताकत होती है। इसलिए हमारा प्रयास है कि देश में बनी हजारों अटल टिंकरिंग लैब्स में स्टूडेंट्स को स्पेस से जुड़े विषयों से निरंतर परिचित कराया जाए, उन्हें अपडेट रखा जाए। मैं देश के स्कूलों और कॉलेजों को भी आग्रह करूंगा कि वो अपने विद्यार्थियों को स्पेस से जुड़ी भारतीय संस्थाओं और कंपनियों के बारे में बताएं, उनकी लैब्स की विजिट कराएं।
That have hitherto been limited to the government or where the entry of the private sector has been restricted. Looking at many recent decisions, the government is creating ease of doing business in several such sectors. Some major government decisions including opening defense production to private players, creating the modern drone policy, the geospatial data guidelines and IT sector. These measures bring new opportunities to Indian youth by creating jobs in these sectors. Expanding India's space sector is a step in the same direction, and it will definitely help promote ease of living for India's citizens.
CSIR's Indian Institute of Petroleum, Dehradun is continuously developing environment-friendly technologies along with conducting innovative R&D in the field of petroleum and allied areas. One such innovative technology developed by IIP is the Advanced Jaggery Furnace or Unnat Gud Bhatti. This efficient furnace can not only help in boosting the jaggery manufacturing cottage industry, but can also provide an eco-friendly solution for the business that's battling pollution norms. Here is a detailed report.
Jaggery making is among the major agro-processing cottage industries of rural India. 50% of the sugarcane produced in the country is used to make jaggery. But traditional methods of jaggery production are also high in carbon emissions. That is why this industry is facing a crisis due to stringent pollution control norms and the resulting decline in productivity. In order to maintain this important source of employment and income in rural areas, an advanced and efficient jaggery manufacturing plant has been developed by the Dehradun-based laboratory of the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, Indian Institute of Petroleum. Developed as part of CSIR's rural development activity, this innovative kiln allows up to 15% increase in daily jaggery production capacity, saves about 25% fuel, and significantly reduces air pollution.
In this context, we have also developed the PNG burner. We have also developed the improved Gud Bhatti, and we are proud that we have installed almost 52 installations of these Gud Bhattis all across India, majorly in UP Uttarakhand region, and also we have our Gud Bhatti at Odisha, the aspirational district of Nabrangpur in Odisha.
Generally, jaggery is made in underground kilns where sugarcane juice is boiled in a big kadhai. Bagasi, which is the dry, pulpy, fibrous material that remains after crushing sugarcane to extract its juice, is used as fuel in these kilns. Chimneys made from mud and bricks are built around the kiln to remove the smoke. But because the kiln is built underground and there is a lack of a suitable chimney design, most of the bagasi does not burn completely and releases thick smoke, thereby polluting the environment. After long research and trials, CSIR-IIP has installed advanced furnaces that remove these shortcomings. The new improved kiln is made of fire brick and fire cement. Bricks are partly used in the surface of the furnace. The use of fire brick increases the life of the furnace. It also provides comfort to the workers as they can put the bagasi sitting comfortably. A circular chimney is made for the smooth flow of gases, and a damper is used to control the flow of gases inside the chimney. This brings down the pollution to a great extent. farmers of Uttarakhand and Uttar Pradesh are rapidly adopting this advanced furnace.
हमने इन गुड़ भट्टियों के डिज़ाइन में कुछ बदलाव किए, जैसे कि इसकी जो जितनी भी डायमेंशंस हैं उसको हमने सही किया, ताकि जो है एक निश्चित मात्रा में जो भी ईंधन जल रहा है उससे जो हीट उत्पन्न हो रही है वो इन कढ़ाओं पे, क्योंकि ये एक अंडरग्राउंड फर्नेस होती है, एक पिट फर्नेस होती है जिसमें कि बड़े बड़े कढ़ाए रखे जाते हैं जिसमें कि गन्ने का रस निकाल कर उसको गर्म किया जाता है। तो इस ईंधन को सही मात्रा में ईंधन डालने और सही मात्रा में उस ईंधन के दहन के लिए जितनी भी हवा की आवश्यकता है उसको ध्यान में रखते हुए हमने एक उसका वॉल्यूम निर्धारित किया और उसमें हवा जाने के लिए हमने कुछ प्रोविज़न्स रखें ताकि सही मात्रा में हवा उन भट्टियों को मिल सके।
जब से हमारी इन सभी लोगों से मुलाकात हुई उस समय से हमने 4 कढ़ाओं की भट्टी लगाई। 4 कढ़ाओं की भट्टी में हमें ईंधन की खपत भी हुई, गुड़ ज़्यादा बना, लेबर की खपत हुई, लेबर भी कम लगी, उससे हमें बेनिफिट बहुत हुआ और सभी देखते देखते हमारा कारोबार भी ऊंचे स्तर पर पहुँच गया।
The quality production furnace developed by CSIR-IIP plays a vital role in providing rural employment and improving the quality of life by reducing pollution. This modern development has also helped sugarcane farmers to generate additional income. The institute has so far installed more than 50 advanced furnaces. The technology can also be implemented as a potential startup for manufacturing jaggery.
A research funded by the Department of Biotechnology, Government of India and the Ministry of Education has developed an indigenous cost-effective prosthetic leg with advanced features. Developed by the Indian Institute of Technology, Guwahati in collaboration with various medical institutions, this prosthetic leg is adapted to Indian conditions and provides better mobility to the differently abled. Here's a Science Monitor report.
Developing artificial limbs that work well in conditions and are suited to our lifestyle is a big challenge. Generally speaking, it is due to the lack of basic facilities that make daily routines of the differently abled easier. That is why there is a need for highly functional mobility equipment with advanced features, which is also economical and can reach every needy person. A research team from the Department of Mechanical Engineering, Indian Institute of Technology, Guwahati, took the lead in finding a solution to this problem and developed a prosthetic leg with specific functional features. This research, funded by the Department of Biotechnology, the Government of India and the Ministry of Education, developed a completely indigenous prosthetic leg with the help of 151 Army Base Hospital, Guwahati, Tolaram Bafna Kamrup District Civil Hospital, Guwahati, Guwahati Neurological Research Centre, North Guwahati and North-Eastern Indira Gandhi Regional Institute of Health and Medical Sciences, Shillong. The prosthetic leg can facilitate movement according to the wearer's habits. The prototype of this model is currently being tested. A spring-assisted deep squat mechanism has been installed in the knee of this prosthetic leg after a long research and design process. This mechanism will help the person wearing it to squat for toilet use. In addition, the advanced knee rotation mechanism makes it easier to sit cross-legged. The mechanisms will also help the user in performing yoga or exercise easily, which is very useful in their rehabilitation. A knee locking system has also been put in place which provides safety to users while walking on rough, uneven roads. After just a little training in using this leg, users can easily do any number of activities, including climbing stairs. The prosthesis is fitted with an adjustable length that can be set according to the age or height of the patient. There is no shortage of expensive and state-of-the-art exotic prosthesis equipment in the Indian market. but none provides complete facilities according to the Indian lifestyle. Developed by IIT Guwahati, this artificial leg has been designed keeping in mind the very specific Indian lifestyle and circumstances. Developed by Indian researchers, this solution will provide safe, easy, and efficient mobility to the differently abled people of the country.
India completes 75 years of independence this year. The entire country is celebrating this important milestone by saluting the policies and the people who have contributed in strengthening India in the last 75 years. We at Science Monitor are doing our bit by remembering the developments that have shaped the country's innovation ecosystem over this period. Here is our special report.
May 11th, 1998 is an established milestone in Indian history. On this day, India conducted 3 successful nuclear tests in Pokhran, Rajasthan. The Pokhran 2 tests were a series of 5 nuclear tests, 2 of which came on May 13th, 1998. With these tests, India joined a list of elite countries having nuclear power. The reins of this mission were handled by the former President of India, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, who is also known as the Missile Man of India. However, the foundation of India's nuclear mission has been laid decades earlier by Homi Jahangir Bhabha. The rail network in India had reached its mountainous areas during the British rule itself, but most of the coastal areas of India were untouched by railways. To overcome this shortcoming, it was decided by the Government of India to lay a railway line from Roha in Maharashtra to Thokor in Karnataka, and the Konkan Railway Corporation was established. The first section of Konkan Railway from Udupi to Mangalore was started in 1993. And in 1998, the entire route from Roha to Thokor started operating. This rail route gave a new scenic experience of traveling parallel to the Arabian Sea and the Western Ghats. The 738-kilometer long rail route passes rivers, mountains and beaches till Maharashtra, Goa, Kerala and Karnataka, connecting the states. About 2,000 bridges and 92 tunnels have been built on this route. The entire rail route in operation is considered to be a marvel of modern engineering. The first electric car in India was manufactured in 1993. This vehicle, named Lovebird, was developed by the Indian company Eddy Current Control in collaboration with a Japanese company. The 2-seater Lovebird was showcased at the Auto Expo in Delhi. The then Government of India showed great interest in this vehicle. The car was based on a rechargeable portable battery that could run up to 60 km on a single charge. Modern features like navigation were also installed in the vehicle. The Rudra Helicopter project was launched by Hindustan Aeronautics Limited in 1992 on the lines of HAL Dhruv. The Rudra HAL is an armed version of the Dhruv helicopter. The helicopter is equipped with forward-looking infrared and thermal imaging sight interface, a 20 mm turret gun, a 70 mm rocket pod, anti-tank guided missile and air-to-air missile. The Rudra helicopter, which was built in 2007, was inducted into the Indian Army in 2012. In 1991, with the hard work of just 3 years, Indian scientists astonished the world by creating the indigenous supercomputer Param. There is an interesting story behind this innovation. An American company that made supercomputers at the time had refused to give supercomputers to India Following this, famous Indian scientist Dr. Vijay P. Bhatkar met with the then Prime Minister and laid out his plans to develop a supercomputer in the country. With a go-ahead from the government, under the leadership of Dr. Bhatkar, CDAC created the supercomputer Param 800 in 3 years at the cost of just 3 crores. Today, on the basis of the Param supercomputer, India has created a long series of supercomputers.
And now let's have a quick look at some other developments that have made news in the field of science and technology in our segment Science Express.
The Union Minister of Science and Technology and Earth Sciences, Dr. Jitendra Singh, chaired a meeting to take stock of the preparations for the upcoming International Coastal Cleanup Day 2022 on the 17th of September. Held on the third Saturday of September every year, this annual event has been given the form of a cleanliness drive of 75 beaches over 75 days to mark Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. This effort of public participation with the message of Swachh Sagar, Surakshit Sagar will run from the 3rd of July to the 17th of September. The campaign aims to remove 1,500 tons of garbage from beaches, which will be a major relief to marine life and people living in coastal areas. Other participants at the review meeting included the DG Indian Coast Guard and senior officials of the Ministry of Earth Sciences. Speaking on the occasion, Dr. Jitendra Singh said this would be the first of its kind and longest running coastal cleanup campaign with the highest number of people participating. He also suggested that apart from coastal areas, non-coastal areas should also plan to disseminate the message to local people on International Coastal Cleanup Day through the Environment and Climate Change departments or divisions in various universities, colleges and other institutions. An international group of astronomers has discovered a binary supermassive black hole in a system, which will be a strong candidate for future detection of gravitational waves. Astronomers from Argentina, Spain, Italy and USA and Dr. Alok C. Gupta, Senior Scientist, Aryabhatta Research Institute of Observational Sciences, Nainital, an autonomous institute under the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, collaborated for the study. The astronomers made use of extensive optical photometric measurements collected around the world over the past 4 decades from 1982 to 2019. Researchers detected a binary supermassive black hole system in the gravitational lensed blazar AO0235 plus 164. Blazars are supermassive black holes which are one of the brightest and most energetic objects in the universe. Scientists have found periodic double peak flaring events at intervals of 8 years, and the separations between 2 peaks of these flares are around 2 years. 5 such periodic patterns were detected. A global optical photometric monitoring campaign under the Whole Earth Blazar Telescope Consortium has been launched to confirm the next periodic pattern. It will be led by Dr. Alok C. Gupta of Aries, Nainital. Scientists at the Raman Research Institute, an autonomous institute of the Department of Science and Technology, have developed a new experimental framework in fluid dynamics that describes the deformation and disordered soft solids formed by mixing solid grains in significant proportions in a simple liquid. This can help in developing early warning systems to reduce the damage due to catastrophic events like landslides and earthquakes. You may have noticed that grains such as rice or wheat are packed better and tighter when the container is shaken. Such compaction yields information about the interactions between grains from interparticle friction, particle size, viscosity, etc. Inspired by the condensation of rice grains, the researchers propose a new experimental framework that adds to the concept of fluid dynamics. According to a study conducted by the University of South Australia, vitamin D deficiency can lead to dementia. This is the first study in the world to show a direct link between dementia and vitamin D deficiency. Dementia is a disease that impairs cognitive function, the ability to remember, think, solve problems, and make decisions. Alzheimer's disease is a specific and most common type of dementia. Even though its symptoms are more visible after the age of 65, the disease itself is not a normal sign of aging. The latest study raises hope of stopping the disease in its tracks. For the study, researchers studied the association between vitamin D, neuroimaging features, and the risk of dementia and stroke. They found that low levels of vitamin D are associated with lower brain volumes and an increased risk of dementia and stroke. Genetic analysis have also shown vitamin D deficiency to be a cause of dementia. According to the study, up to 17% of dementia cases can be prevented by bringing vitamin D to normal levels in people.
That is all in today's edition of Science Monitor. Keep sending your feedback and suggestions through email. Our email ID is indiascience@vigyanprasar.gov.in. You can also write into us at Vigyan Prasar, A50, Sector 62, Noida, 201309, Uttar Pradesh. So we'll take your leave now. See you again next week. Till then, stay safe and think scientifically.